Okay. Now we are recording with Bonnie.
It's our second lost episode.
Shh, they don't need to know. Only the Patreons will know. Oh yeah, I got to upload those too. The dead episode with Bacon on our other podcast, and now we have our first dead episode with Bonnie missing on the podcast. Yeah. Anyways, it actually is kind of good that that did happen, because none of us except Bonnie fought Rajang, but none of us fought him legitimately, because Bonnie just fought him on Monster Hunter Now, which is
same thing.
Yeah,
he was gonna die anyways.
Yeah. So we all got together and fought Rajang on Rise and on GU. I was like, where else? Right?
No, we didn't fight him in GU.
We fought.
GU.
Yeah, we.
Oh, sorry. Shh, that's for the next episode. Just kidding. So Rajang on Rise and Furious Rajang on Rise. 2 Furious Rajangs, both times, simultaneously.
It's fine. In the edited version, just bleep us out saying.
Okay, it's just gonna be. All right. That'll work. All right, Kriss.
Yes, I shall
do your thing.
Get forward. Going.
Get forward. Johnny Five says forward.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Gathering Hub, where we discuss everything Monster Hunter in all shapes and forms. Joining me tonight are my fellow hunters, the ones who actually kill the monsters and keep me alive. We have myself, Dammit Kriss, as well as Noise.
Hello there.
German, aka Riser.
Hey guys.
And Bonnie, aka Ice.
Hi.
And tonight we will be talking about the Mad Muscle Monkey, Rajang, as well as old versus new armor skills.
Oh, right. I forgot that was
Yeah.
That was
At least
the
one of
actual
us
topic.
remembered. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what did we all do for those 2 weeks now?
What do you mean?
What have we been up to?
Yeah.
Yelling at Kriss. What else?
This is a norm. Yeah. Just another Tuesday.
Okay. What about as far as like hunts? Any just random hunts without us?
No, not for me anyways.
No, but definitely got me itching for some more Monster Hunter. I did see the newest trailer, and I heard the Palicos speak in English for the first time, and it's horrible. So that's probably the first setting I'm gonna switch over.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just saw the new trailer, and I'm itching. Release date's been announced, and I just commented on there. I said, this is my feelings, and we kind of talked about this before. It's like, I said, Capcom. I said, dear Capcom, I said, we don't care about your goddamn storyline. Just let us hunt shit. Because they're like, oh my god, what's going on here? Like they're making it look like some, like world, like some epic storyline, a mystery. What's that? All I don't care. So
save the storyline for the single player hunts.
It at most, but even then, yeah. I mean, we all know, all veteran hunters know that prior to World, storyline was just pretty much kind of there, but no one cared about it.
Yeah, it
was all through text, and the cutscenes The cutscenes kind of had storyline because that's when you saw Tigrex or whatever, But again, there was no real mystery. It was just like shit's happening. There's monsters. Go hunt them. That's about it.
Yeah.
I think they look beautiful. They look beautiful. But again, we've talked about that before. Let us skip them. Don't bog us down with not being able to join friends online until we see a cutscene. Like, just don't let make it like World was doing. Where not World, sorry, Iceborne, right? Iceborne, you could eventually start. It was kind of fixed a little bit, right?
The joining.
Yeah, joining like you didn't. Yeah.
No, I think you still need to do the
I think they
the
still need
cutscene.
to watch the cutscene. Yeah.
Okay.
It was Rise that fixed it.
But it was Rise. I thought in Iceborne we could all join it.
I'm trying to remember.
And then you had to watch the cutscene, but at least it was done right. Where before in World, nobody could join that quest until the fucking person finished the cutscene, and then we could all join the quest. Now we can all launch on that quest together in Iceborne, I believe. and then we'd be forced to watch the cutscene, but it was like, okay, whatever. At least I'm here with my friend, you know. Either way, fix it. Make it work. Make us play. That's the whole goddamn point of Monster Hunters, playing together.
Yeah. The pre-world cutscenes weren't really the problem. At least for me, the pre-world stuff was, especially in 3U, was like, rebuild Moga Village. And I was like, I don't fucking want to do this. Like, I just want to go out and hunt, which is why I leaned so hard towards Portable Third, because it was just like, there was nothing of that. It was just go hunt. You know, you didn't even wake up in the village. You don't start Portable Third in the village. You start it at the bathhouse, which is right next to the gathering hub. So the game immediately is just like, go play with your friends. Like, you don't really have to do this village shit if you don't want to. So yeah, Moga Village is my least favorite fucking village. And for 4, I do admit 4 at least kept you moving. Like, there wasn't like you got to fix, you know, the caravan and all this other shit. It was just, you know, it kept you moving along. So I think the only pre-world stuff that really bugged me was the Moga Village stuff. But World really drilled that into us, and Rise fixed it pretty much completely.
Yeah.
You can skip them. You can join at any time. You can join all together, and hopefully Wilds does the same thing. It looks like it will be. But yeah, Bonnie, any hunts besides the ones with us?
Oh no, just whatever is you know, Monster Hunter now. But nothing fun, just regular stuff.
You made me pick that up too. I started getting on Monster Hunter now. I had to pick up my nemesis weapon. I had to pick up a goddamn heavy bowgun.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, killed 30 monsters with the heavy bowgun. And I was like, I don't wanna.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually fun on now. It is you just hold the button and it shoots. And then you swipe to dodge. That's it.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Do you think that will get any kind of hunters that are, we've been talking about people's first game being Monster Hunter World, right? Like the potential people of whose first game was World.
Uh-huh.
What if we're talking about now the world, if you will, or the scenario where people's first game is actually now. And so they're used to killing monsters in 5 minutes, and now they're going to go to freaking
dude, not even 5 minutes.
Wildlands. Yeah, they're going to Wildlands. Like, what the fuck? 40 minutes to hunt this monster? I got to chase it down.
Yeah, I got to go look for it.
I've hit it more than 5 times, and it's not dead yet.
Yeah, of course. I feel like, of course, yeah, hell yeah. I mean, there were so many people that didn't give a shit about Pokemon until Pokemon Go came out, and I'm sure that made a ton of fans for sure.
I'm not sure if this was on our on our last episode, but how I mentioned that whole bandwagon where I read some quote that someone was like, they're like, damn it, they're like, this is so stupid. I gotta walk around and catch Pokemon.
Yeah.
I can't make a game where I control the character and catch him. Everybody was like, you mean Pokemon? That's the fucking game. So again, I'm re-saying that in case that's on the last episode. And if you heard it twice, then you heard it twice.
What's funny is you mentioned that, and I was looking for a way to play Monster Hunter Explorer, and it came up with a thing, like an emulator, basically. I'm trying to look up real quick what the name of the emulator is. And what it came up with was how to play Monster Hunter Now on your PC. And it's literally what you're talking about. It's not going outside. They're just emulating the phone and spoofing their location. Man, what was the name of this? BlueStacks.
BlueStacks, I know BlueStacks.
So BlueStacks or Nox, you can use those to emulate Android, basically. Because I was like, how can I play Explorer? Because I would love to hit that game up again. Because it was way more, what's the word? More free roaming than now, right? Now it was like Pokemon Go.
I've seen stuff about it, yeah.
Yeah, Explorer was like you're in a map.
Yeah, you're just locked in, yeah. Yeah,
you're in a map on Explorer. You're still locked onto the monster, but like way more, movability? What's the word? You can move around the map, basically. Like you're not just like locked
like mobility?
to... Yes, more mobility, sorry.
Okay.
So instead of just... Because all you have is dodges in now.
Yeah.
You could technically, I guess, move to the left and to the right. Is that a thing? I don't even know if you can. No, I think it's just dodges.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, but Explorer, you can move around and shit and then attack and stuff. So, I don't know. I'd love to experience that because I remember watching videos on that. And this was back in the iPhone 3GS days. And we couldn't play it because it was Chinese only, I think. Explorer was Chinese only. So it was like, well, fuck me, I guess. But yeah, I would love to at least give it a try and give my 2 cents on it. Kriss, how about you? Any hunts?
No, but I think like German, I've been tempted to go back on my PS5 and start over a new gameplay for World.
Please no. No.
What?
No, Kriss. No. Don't do it.
Bonnie.
Don't do it.
I'll do what I want.
There's already so many hours in that game that I have been forced to put in because of you. I'll start a new one. You're never gonna get there.
But no, instead I've been playing No Man's Sky a bit recently. I've actually not been playing. I haven't played Persona 5 for a while.
Yeah, but you beat it already.
Yeah, but I want to go. I want to get all the. I want to try to get all the trophies.
Okay.
Or at least beat Bonnie. But yeah, I've been actually playing a lot of No Man's Sky lately, getting into that. So
okay, cool. I do need to get back on that into that game. Like I itch for it every once in a while, but now that now we're back to recording, I have to work again. I have to work outside of work. That was a nice break working on my son's birthday stuff, and then on my other free time, I was like, I'm gonna play fucking video games that have nothing to do with Metal Gear.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. I need to dive into that again. But for me, I've been playing Monster Hunter Frontier on PC.
You have?
Yes. German, I don't even think you attempted it or even looked at that video.
I looked at it, but I don't know if the laptop would work. So
oh, it will, dude. This game is so old. Like it's Frontier graphics. Like it'll definitely work. The one that may not work for us,
you mean because like PS2 graphics?
I guess it's.
Well, because you said Frontier graphics, and that is what the game is.
Oh, sorry, Freedom graphics.
Freedom. Okay.
At least some.
I was thinking he meant Unite. I listened. I was like, he might have meant Unite.
Yeah, Freedom Unite,
which is a step up from the PSP one. So Freedom 2. So
yeah, because I wouldn't even say PS2. Like these look like. I mean, it does look like PSP. I don't know. It's
PlayStation 1.5.
Yes, that's what I would classify it as. It's very lightweight. Like if I could put a frame rate, counter on my screen, I'm sure it's like fucking 200 frames per second or some shit because it's just that old. But it works. It works fine. Kriss, I remember my password.
I saw you posted that in the Discord. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I know what my password is because I had you don't like go to a website and create your account like you normally do in an MMO. Like it's basically the launcher shows up. You pick a username and you type in a password, and you better remember that password because it instantly creates an account for you right then and there. So write that fucking password down. And yeah, so because I was trying to show Kriss the game. Bonnie, you were there too, right? No. It was just Kriss. And I couldn't remember the password, so I had to create a whole new character just to show Kriss, like, look, it's working.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember my password. I've fought up to Kutku. I think maybe something after Kutku.
I think you had mentioned to me you'd fought up to Kutku, yeah.
Yeah, and I already see on the list a monster I don't recognize, so I don't know what it is.
Nice.
And there's like dailies and stuff. Like it's all the stuff that I wished World would have before World was even like announced. I remember I was like, man, I wish because I got a hold of Monster Hunter Online, the Chinese one, back in the day before World came out, and I was just like, man, I wish fucking Monster Hunter was like this. I wish there was like dailies and what's like other stuff. Just I don't know. It's more involved, right? It's encourages you to come back and like events and all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the MMO stuff. I just wanted it in Monster Hunter, and then World brought it in, and I was like, yes. And then they ruined it with cutscenes, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah, they're ruined it with the storyline. Honestly, that's what they did.
Yeah,
and the handler.
I was gonna say an handler.
Yeah, and the handler. Yeah, but yeah, World for sure combined all those things.
Hey, partner.
Really well.
I will admit, like every Monster Hunter, well, maybe not every Monster Hunter, but all the details in the villages, like all the characters do stuff, the smithies are always banging on metal, the cats are always doing something, World took that, to level 10, there's just so much crap you can just stare at, and it's just, a whole, it really feels like an actual village functioning,
Yep.
And they carried that over into Iceborne, and they carried that over into Rise. Same thing with Rise. You can go into any particular area and just stare at, mostly the cats. The villagers will be like unloading the ship or whatever, and it's kind of okay. But the cats will actually be kneading dough and actually doing shit. I'm like, that's freaking cool. I love it.
Yeah, in the Gathering Hub, you can see them. Well, in the first Gathering Hub in Rise, you can see him like, doing all the dough stuff or whatever the hell he's doing, and he's setting up the dangos and stuff.
Yeah, he actually like puts in water, I think, and it rises, or is that Iceborne? Maybe that's when they're making bread in Iceborne. Either way, it's super funny because they didn't have to do that. No one would have stared at that, but they put it.
Yeah.
They put it in there for anyone who wants to stare at it.
One of my favorite things to look at is when you send them off from the Buddy Palace. If you send them off on the what is it? The 3 cats you send off to go gather shit. Oh, for the Argosy, basically.
The submarines? Like in Rise?
Yeah, you send them off in the submarines, and then you go over to the Gathering Hub, and you go to the back, and you look in the river. You could see them there in their submarines just floating by. The first time I saw that, I was like, "That's amazing!"
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. Why would they put that? Just because when we played Gen U, I forgot that in that game you launch them like out of a cannon or something like that.
Yeah.
Into like little zones, colored zones. I was like, oh shit, I forgot all about that.
Yep. Were you gonna say, Chris?
Well, I actually don't remember.
Oh, all right. Well done.
Important.
Yep. Pretty much.
So how did we do this in the Dead episode? Did we start with Rajang first?
Yeah, remember
I think so, yeah.
Rajang? This happened last time too. We got off topic and then
Yeah. Well, no, this is podcast, Bonnie. Welcome. This is. I feel like I know there's like podcasts out there that are like specialize in all this shit. You know, they're like really serious and super detailed and
almost like scripted too. Like they have like a list in front of them and keeps them on point, maybe.
Like really well organized.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and props to them, but we're not them.
Yeah.
Like German said, we're not Team Darkside. We don't know what the fuck we're talking about half the time, dude. Like,
no, we'll get shit wrong. Trust me. Yeah, that's something. I don't know if I said it last time, but I have said it in the Metal Gear one. Is like we might say shit that is completely wrong, and forgive us. And we're talking off of shit that we did maybe 20 years ago. We're talking about shit that we did once, and we think we did it this way. It's a you know. So yeah, definitely don't like. I think last episode. I don't know if it was last episode or the last episode.
Yeah,
where we talked about where we said level 3 earplugs, and I was like, there was no.
Oh
level.
right, there was.
It was only low and high. That was it. And I was looking at it, I was like, we sound stupid right now, but that's just the way it goes, man. Because dude, I don't fucking remember off the top of my head, you know, a bunch of stuff like that.
That I think that's a great plus for any podcast, because the podcasts I listen to, dude, these dudes don't know what they're talking about. I don't know if I mentioned it in this podcast, but I listened to a podcast called Emulate This, and shit, what were they talking about? It was like really irking me. I was like, how are they getting this wrong? Fuck, I wish I could. I'll try to remember what game it was, but I was just like
something dumb, like Zelda was out in the Commodore or something like that.
Something like that. But like the best thing about it is that they're talking about it with such confidence.
Yeah,
you know,
we'll do it too.
They are Donald Trumping it up. They are just like, I know what I'm talking about, and all this and that, and I'm just like yelling at them in my van while I'm working, even though I know they don't give a shit. It's just. Yep, that's audience engagement is getting your audience to like yell at you, you know, through their car or whatever the fuck they're listening to, and just like, oh, these guys, I feel like I need to write into these guys, but I'm like, nope, someone else is writing into them and telling them they're wrong. I'll let those people be that.
Is that episode current or is it old? That's the other thing too. Is like if you're gonna write into them like on a 2-year-old episode, they're like, the fuck.
Well, the one I'm listening to, I think, is maybe like a couple months old. But the funny thing is, they suck like us at reading fucking email and shit. They're like, oh, we got an email. You know, they call it the mailbag, and they're like, oh, this one was from like back in. Oh, he's talking about Christmas here, you know, and it's like June. And it's like, yeah, that's fine. You know, I think that's what's the best part about podcasts is like they're the most unprofessional things that you could do professionally in the most disorganized way, and it's fun. I genuinely have fun with you guys doing this shit. So I hope this Monster Hunter one also goes as long or even further than our Metal Gear one. So yeah, Bonnie, welcome to the world of podcasting where nobody knows what they're talking about.
Thanks. So welcome. Someone throw Kriss out.
Yeah. Aww. We can't. I'm pretty sure he's like 75% of our audience retention.
Really? That's all you have to say was, oh. You usually come up with more than that. What's wrong with you?
I
Broken
don't know.
today or what?
I am.
Yeah, Bonnie beats him down real quick with just like 2 words.
It's my job.
That's true.
All right, who wants to go first with Rajang? Stories. See if I can remember what I said in the Dead episode.
I've got
I think we should let Kriss go because he didn't let him tell his funny stories. Actually, never mind. German, you go first.
No, I was gonna say, didn't you get him twice in the last episode where it sounded like he was gonna build to a big old story, and it was like, so there was this one time, and we saw Rajang, and then and you put the music in the background, the hike music, and then do you remember noise? And all of a sudden he's like, and then we died, and that was it. You're like, that was it? Oh, thanks for fucking. You're like, I played the music for no reason.
I think one of them I was cut off guard too. I was like, "Why are you playing music? Am I supposed to do something? Are you going to say something?" And so I just stopped talking. I was like, "What's going on?"
That was the best part. Is that the music caught his attention, and he was like,
"Yeah, I was just.
Am I saying something important? What's happening?"
See, I caught the joke or whatever. You know, like I was like just playing some music to hype up, and he just stopped talking. Okay, that was it.
I was distracted. It was something shiny. Speaking of shinies. No, one of my funny stories with Rajang was I made someone rage quit the entire game, not just that particular session, but I don't think they came to the game after that. Bonnie knows about this. It was, in fact, her younger brother, Glenn, and they were hunting a Furious Rajang, I think it was, in Iceborne. And from what I understand, he was calling for me. And Bonnie's like, you know what's going to happen if he shows up. You know what's going to happen, blah, blah, blah. And I guess, I think they had 2 faints already, right? Or did you have 1?
Yeah, he already fainted twice. So.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was about to die. He was limping.
Yeah, so Rajang was about to die, and I had joined. And me being me, I carded, cost them
like
the
instantly.
hunt. Yeah. And Glenn was just gone after that. And never came back.
Yeah, okay.
He uninstalled the game, and just as far as I know, he never played it after that, so yeah.
That's great.
All his last words were, and just turned off his PlayStation. It's gone.
Yep.
What was it you kind of cut off there?
He just yelled Kriss. He just
okay.
Kriss!
Okay.
That was that.
There was one wasn't there one time with my nephew Tony where Kriss and
that was the first one.
I think you fainted, and Tony just goes, Kriss. And Kriss like, I'll stay at camp then. He's like, I'll just stay at camp then.
Yeah, he's like, guys, keep Kriss alive. Keep Kriss alive. Kriss, don't die. Don't die. We're almost done. Kriss starts laughing, and we're like, get out of here, because you're useless when you laugh. That's fun.
And he's normally such like it wouldn't have been a big deal, but he's normally such a chill, nice guy. Like he's never raised his voice or anything to me. He's never been like that with me. And then it was just this one hunt, and I know it was like close to the end too. Like you guys were close to timing out as well. And yeah, I think I got hit a couple times in a row, and probably was KO'd or something. And yeah, Kriss. It just caught me off guard. I was like, oh,
but so much weight. I remember it was just like you felt like he was telling you, you fucking cost us this mission and you're fucking done. Like he's gonna go to your house, uninstall it from your PlayStation, and break the disc in front of you.
Yep. Pretty much.
But that was not my favorite one though, Kriss. The one where Sleeping Rajang was sleeping there and I poked him, and yeah, he chased you all over the place. He left me alone, and he wasn't happy until he killed you getting dead.
It's true, yeah. And then I was gonna try to get some payback, and I poked him, and he still only chased me and killed me again.
Dude, guys, for the corner of my eye, I just see him just shoot his beam right at Kriss. Like, he went out of his way to go freaking wake up Rajang, okay? He wakes him up, and he's like, he's gonna go get Bonnie, right? Nah, he didn't even care. He chased him, and then, like I said, at the corner of my eyes, Kriss is coming to where I'm at. Yeah, I just see that beam, and he's just gone.
Yep.
Rajang didn't care about me. Good time.
Yep. Yeah, Bonnie seems to have some magical power over the monsters. Anytime we would hunt together, if she was in a spot where she had to go sharpen or heal up or whatever, she would literally say, "Leave me alone, go kill Kriss." Immediately, the monster would turn around and come right after me. Every time, without fail.
Or he's right over there. He's hiding. Go get him.
There was a time where Kriss, I was just like, I'm gonna kill you. When they started adding, it was Iceborne, right? When they started adding all those, maybe it was just world-based game, like who did what, you know? That was the most KOs and shit, and which is cool, but just sucked because it only always gave you the same ones. Mm-hmm. But one of them was like just hidden. Who was hiding the most time? Mm-hmm. And I remember we were fighting something, probably Ravenous or Angie or something. And I remember I was like, we haven't had to heal Kriss in a minute. Kriss hasn't fainted in quite some time. I'm like, what's going on? And
what's
I
happening?
freaking look, and Kriss is just hiding in a goddamn bush. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And Bonnie goes, I know what he's doing. He's trying to get the fucking, what was it, sneaking, whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
So,
whatever it was, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then Bonnie would go in there, hit him, uppercut him with the hammer, just launch him from the bushes every time he would try to hide. So that was, that was Monster Hunter World in the nutshell for us. It was fight the monster, keep Kriss alive, fucking stop Kriss from fucking around or ruin anything he was trying to do. If he was trying to get the mount first. If he's trying to hide, kick him out of the bush, hide first, whatever, just fuck with Kriss, kill the monster, keep Kriss alive. That was it. It was just rinse and repeat.
Teach Kriss a lesson. And I remember he'd be like, what the heck? I was like, I'm teaching.
That's what I'm teaching Kriss a lesson, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, because he would hide, so I hit 14 times once. Okay, so that he couldn't get it, because I knew he wasn't going to commit to the 14 times. So I did that, and then I went to go help you kill the monster.
Yeah, you did. You freaking... That's how unskilled Kriss is at this game. It's like, we can do these... We can be out of commission. Like I said, we've done stuff... I don't remember what one of the games we did, Bonnie. I think it was like, we went and hunted all the other large monsters.
Yep.
Like one of us did it while the other one kept Kriss alive. That was it. Like wouldn't even touch the monster. That's all we did. Just keep Kriss alive. And then once we killed everything on the map, okay, now let's go kill the main monster. It was just, we played minigames. That's what we had to do, man. Because chances of us completing the mission were low. So we had to have fun some way or another.
I think I found the perfect sound effect that embodies what Tony was feeling at the moment.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is the good old Captain Kirk screaming Khan into the void. Dude, I'm barely getting your screenshot of Discord loading and you saying, don't think so, my area has bad SNR and upstream. Hey, Chris's claps.
Yeah.
What was claps? I didn't get it. What the hell was up to claps? Because I rebooted my modem?
Talking to you, Chris.
It was like a sarcastic thing, like, yay, things are going well,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, he was starting a fight with you, and since you couldn't really,
defend yourself,
she was taking advantage of it, so.
That too.
Word. So I guess that was Chris's story?
Yep.
German got any Rajang stories?
No Rajang stories, but I think last time I mentioned how I thought World did really good when they brought it over Rajang, because we got to see Admiral do something,
Oh, yeah.
We got to see him actually pick up that giant boulder and block Rajang's beam, which was really, really fucking cool. Like I said, the cutscenes are beautiful. They're awesome cutscenes. We need to be able to skip them and or, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But that scene was super cool because I think I had mentioned how up to that point, Kieran was the only real thunder monster in the world, right?
I think that's what you were saying last time, yeah. Yeah,
I think he's the only one. So when Rajang came in and he beats the shit out of Kieran, this monster that had been costing a lot of people. I mean, there was a lot of people complaining about that level 50 Kieran and then the arc-tempered Kieran or whatever those ranks were. And a lot of people were having troubles with that Kieran. And then Rajang just comes in and donkey punches the fuck out of him. And then breaks the horn, and the fact that he just eats that horn, it just, I always associate that scene, like I said, to a Bugs Bunny, just bites the carrot and it's like, what's up, Doc? It was so epic. Because then after that, you like those who knew who and what Rajang's all about were like knew like, okay, this he's fun to fight, he's gonna be a pain in the butt.
He means
and
business.
Those who had never played him, yeah, they were just showing like, yo, you know that horse that was kicking your ass? I'm gonna kick your ass now, you know?
Yeah.
Rajang is also another monster where he's very predictable. He's very was telegraphic, you know, like
yep.
He's a monster that like if you get hit, 90% of the chance it's your fault, you know. You just gotta stay in the right place at the right time, you know. He's not that hard. I mean, again, it's a dance between you and the monster. So I like Rajang a lot. Other stories that I can think of, not off the top of my head. We had mentioned how, like, a fun fact that Rajang is actually, Kriss, is it official? Has Capcom admitted that Rajang is inspired by DBZ in any way, or
I don't think so.
Oh, that's right. That's when Kriss insulted me, huh?
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah.
Right.
He said,
yeah.
German, you would know. Noise, you probably won't know. And Bonnie, I'm not sure if you know, or something like that, about how that's cutting the tails would make the Super Saiyan, the Ozars, technically is what they're called, revert back to their normal phase. And although you can't cut Rajang's tail off, you can break it, and or when he's in rage mode, that's the only place that you won't bounce off, and you have to hit his freaking his tail technically, to revert him back to his non-pissed off form.
Yeah, I don't think it's like official lore, but it's one of those things where it's like it's close enough that just short of them actually admitting it, it lines up so well.
Sure. Well, you know what? I mean, Dragon Ball Z is also based on Journey to the West. Is it Journey to the West or East?
Yeah,
whatever that
Journey
old
West,
story is. And I wonder if it's just taken from that, because, you know, when they build these monsters, you can always see some kind of influence from real world stuff. Mm-hmm. And you know, like Kirin is a real mythical creature in Chinese lore, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Stuff like that, you know. And obviously with the newest one, Rise, it was all about the yokai, you know. They all have a yokai kind of look to them, which I remember originally I wasn't sure if I liked it, because I was like, dude, like I want them to look like a believable animal in the world, and no, they did a good job. Like the fucking what's his name, the platypus guy.
Tetranadon.
What is it?
Tetranadon.
Yeah, that guy. Okay, I don't know his name, but yeah, he looks like a kappa, and you know, pretty much I see him and I'm like, yeah, this fucking duck-looking creature would definitely, platypus guy would definitely live in this world. I think they did a good job. And Rajang, again, not sure where the inspiration comes from, but maybe it has something to do with Journey to the West. So, but anyways, yeah, we had referenced the Super Saiyan, the going golden, and just being pissed off, and so sorry, no other stories other than my Donkey Punch reference. That was we talked about how Noise was kind of shocked, or I don't know what the word would be. He was like, do you know what it means? I'm like, I know what it means, but I know why I call it a Donkey Punch, because
so we were talking about it at our niece's birthday party, that that you, because the way you use it, it sounds like you don't know what it means because you're using it so freely. And so that's what was like you know what it means, right? I knew you knew what it meant, but I just wanted to make sure. Yeah. Because like you're just using it out in public like it's nothing. and I'm like, and then Bonnie said, I don't know what it means. So this is in our dead episode.
Well, no, I didn't say that. You asked me if I knew. I'm like, no, I don't know, but I mean, I know how we were using it.
Right. Yes.
So you didn't know how we were using it.
So yeah, and I forgot to mention, when we were fighting him, that's what kind of reminded me of it. His thrashing is just thrashing. It was the long wind up, the one where he jumps at you, the Blanganga punch, if you will.
Oh yeah,
that was the donkey punch technically. Because you were asking, like, why do you call it a donkey punch? Pretty much, I was like, because with my old crew, we would call out what the moves that he was, any monster, you know, he's, like I said, we mentioned Raytheon's indecisive mode, or freaking, you know, charge at you, and then she just stops on a dime and turns around and goes after another guy, stops on a dime, turns around, and it's like, God damn it, bitch, stop, you know? Like, just make up your mind, pick somebody, and dive after them, you know?
But just out of curiosity, what do you call it when he does that, like, spinny thing? Rajang.
A Beyblade probably, but we have that for many other monsters. But yeah, like I said, like if he was like, because like you said, Noise, back in the day, you couldn't heal and move around, or sharpen and move around. You were committed to that move. So, like a lot of times, we just call out like, oh, it's like, oh, he's thrashing or whatever. Like, cool. So I know I can heal or whatever, or it's like, oh, donkey punch. So like, oh shit, is it he's going to lunge. Is it at me? Is it, is he going to be able to reach me? Should I panic dive, So yeah, I think it's funny, but now that you mention it, Noise, although we know what it means, have you heard anyone reference that in modern medias or anything like that? Is it something that's just kind of gone?
What do you mean, donkey punch?
Yeah, people still say it.
Yes, that's why.
People still say it.
Yeah,
what groups do What groups do you hang out with?
I know, because I've never
normal everyday groups, man. Like this is just normal shit. Like, like it's like the. I'm trying. Oh man, I can't even think of this. I can't even think of this other innuendo.
Superman?
No. Superman? Is that an innuendo?
No. I don't know.
Yes, in our it'll be up on Patreon unfortunately without Bonnie's reaction because it was fucking hilarious. She was just like, well, that's ruined for me forever.
Yeah, she was definitely like, well, now I'll never look at fucking Rajang the same way again.
Yeah, and then we did some hunts with Rajang, and of course, German is calling out the donkey punch, and you can just hear Bonnie going like, Well, because you had, so I wanted to throw this under because maybe I'll make an animation for it, but Dirty Sanchez, that's the one I was thinking of.
The Dirty Sanchez.
I don't know. These are just things that are still in my zeitgeist, I guess.
I guess not mine. I guess I just thought people just stop fucking around with that shit. But no, we had mentioned because you're like, yeah, man, like I don't know. You said something along the lines of like, pretty much saying like I don't see Donkey Kong. I don't see Rajang doing that. And I'm like, you don't know, man. I'm like, if you don't get up from that, he might come up behind you and finish the job, And we started talking about how we could totally see him being in that. And then what is it? SDM, FFM. What is that shit called?
Like S&M?
Bondage shit. S&M? Is that what it is? Yeah, that stuff. Wearing the Mr. Slave. Yeah, Gibson. Yeah, just wearing this little fucking black leather hat, going full blown. What's that? Village People. I could totally see him in that little hat, with nipple piercings and chains and shit.
Jesus,
I didn't need this image again in my head.
So maybe I'll make an animation for that.
What's funny is while we were hunting him, like he did one of the Rajangs like actually like donkey punch the other Rajang. So something happened, right? Yes. Like when. We're like, oh my god, we witnessed it, like an actual donkey punch. Not the one German's referring, but like the actual definition to it. We were like, holy shit, it happened. It was just so ridiculous. But here we are talking about donkey punches again.
Yep.
You just reminded me something from the Dead episode, which most people won't hear. It's going to be in the Patreon for those who want to hear it, but about like the Admiral blocking Rajang's electrical beam with the boulder.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I mentioned it in our last recording that there's a mod that swaps the models. So it's the Admiral shooting the electric laser thing and Rajang's holding the boulder.
Yeah,
like
you told me that.
That's like the best part of the PC shit is just like the mods that you can put in there. Like they replaced Xenojiva with an actual xenomorph from Aliens. So like a queen alien is the model for Xenojiva, which is fucking awesome. When I saw that, I was like, dude, I need to do that. And then they replaced like Tailstra with they say it's Mufasa, but it's not. It's Simba. So I think they ripped a model from like Kingdom Hearts or something, and then they put it into the PC, so you're fighting Simba instead of Tailstra. But the best one, I think Kriss already knows, right?
Yeah, I think
the best one is replacing Nergigante, right?
Yep.
I'm trying to think if I saw it. Let me think.
Kriss, you tell him.
With Thomas the Tank Engine.
So it doesn't have limbs. It just looks like a floating
engine.
Because it's only part of the body. There's no legs. So you like never know what attack is coming because it's like, what the fuck? Unless
it's doing the dive bomb, you know that one, but yeah.
But that's like the best one. It's like, are you kidding me? But yeah, you can also fight Rajang as the Admiral, or you could find the Admiral as Rajang as well.
Mm-hmm.
We had we kind of mentioned a little bit, and I experienced it when we were playing Gen U. God damn it! I kept trying to wire bug out of attacks.
Yes.
Oh my god, the muscle memory. So the one thing about Monster Hunter that always gets to me is when I think you meant it was on the last episode perhaps, but you were asking Bonnie something about her weapon, and she's like, "No, it's X," and you're like, "Are you sure?" She's like, "Yeah," which like it changes, and then it's one of those things when like charge play any weapon, any fucking weapon. If someone asks you like, "How do you do this move again?" You're like, I don't fucking know. Like, you just do it. You don't think about it. Yeah. So it's always so funny because it's just that muscle memory. You're like, it's X. No, X doesn't do it. Why? Dude, I don't fucking know. I just push the button and it works, you know? And so anyways, yeah, like I kept trying to wire bug out of certain attacks. I was getting so annoyed. And I was like, oh my God, like I'm so used to Rise right now, you know? And when this next game comes out, we're going to get used to that. Or we'll still be on Rise, you know, mentally. And we'll have to get all used to new mechanics.
And not only that, but we play on different systems. So, you know, X is on all 3 fucking systems. X on PlayStation is on the bottom. Yeah. X is on the left with the Microsoft, and X is on top with fucking Nintendo. Why? Why did they all use true, X? Yeah. Like, and of course the Sony fanboys out there are yelling at me. Actually, it's cross.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a cross.
It's a fucking X, Bo. If it was a cross, it would be fucking.
Yeah, I like X better.
Yeah, if it was a cross, it would look like a fucking plus sign or a T.
That's true.
You know what?
But in Japan, crosses are like X's. That's why it's cross and double cross, and they look like X's to us.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that's.
That's them
I was
screaming
gonna
cross.
say, it should have been the more you know, but that worked.
Oh, I guess. I was just emulating them yelling at me, cross. Well, I guess I'll just retell my story with Rajang, which is it's just when I kind of met you guys and we were playing For You, and it's like the only time I ever played with you guys, and I'd never fought Rajang. I'd never gotten far enough on any Monster Hunter game to fucking see that. And you guys took me to like a little arena, whatever those arena quests are, probably like an event quest or something. And because you guys were like, oh, should we show him the, what do you guys call him?
Super Saiyan?
I think
that's how
I think you called him something else.
Ozaro, Great Ape? I'm not sure.
I don't know. Something like Crazy Eyes or some shit.
Oh.
Maybe that was just me because when I saw him, he had the crazy eyes, bro.
That's all you remembered, right?
He had the hydrogen psychosis. He had the crazy eyes. And I was just like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy's face? Like, and yeah, it just scared. I think, as far as I remember, I just kind of hung back a bit because I was just like, I can't handle this thing. Like, this is a way more angrier Congalala. Like it's the only thing I could reference it to. You know, Congalala or Blanganga. I was like, this thing is angry. This is an angry fucking monkey. But yeah, that's basically just my story. It's the first time I ever saw him. I was like, fuck that thing.
I love that in World there was that armor set you could get, the bodybuilder set or something like that, muscle man set. I can't remember what it was called.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But the buff,
the layered armor, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was an armor set,
and
then there was layered armor, yeah. Mm-hmm. And you had to get it by fighting him.
Were those cats fighting in the tub?
No, yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. Oh man, I didn't think we'd get an appearance of the cats in this podcast, dude. And Bonnie, in our other podcast, there was it was like really at the beginning of an episode, and they just started fighting, and you could just like clear as day, like it sounded like they were fighting right next to German, and German was like,
yeah.
He's like, what? You guys hear that? Like they're in the other room, like the door's closed and shit. And we're like, no, dude, like it's clear as day. Chris, I think you were speaking.
Oh no, I was done with my story.
Oh,
did it get cut off?
Yeah, but it's okay.
Here, tell your story again.
So it was just like, gosh dang it again. I should have known. No, it was just the muscle or buff body, whatever it was. I love that you had to fight Rajang to get that because it fits.
Yeah.
Like of all the monsters, Rajang is the buff guy.
Mm-hmm.
And we were kind of talking about like how this was probably like the last episode. Oh yeah, because we were like quality of life things, and we were talking about bringing weapons in. And he's the one that you get those dual blades that look like fists, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, because we were talking about like maybe them bringing the Tonfas over from Frontier.
Mm-hmm.
Which I guess, what's the other one? It's the magnet.
The magnet spike, I think.
Magnet spike, and then medium bowgun.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it on the list. I was like, oh shit, there's another fucking bowgun, which is kind of redundant. But I think that was also in like the first gen, the medium bowgun.
Well, the first gen is, if I remember correctly, not from my own experience, but from watching Pro Noob play it, is you only got a bowgun, and you could either make it heavy or light, depending on like what mods you put on it or how you like made it or whatever, something like that. So.
Oh, then never mind. The medium's probably just exclusive to Frontier.
Okay. I don't remember. I never played with bowgun until like maybe World, and even then I didn't fuck with it too much.
Because it was all through first person back then.
I think you'd automatically be in first person.
Yeah, and it was so disorienting because it was just...
Yeah, that would be weird. Jeez.
Dude, you had like no sense of like what was around you. It was really weird. It was just like you were sniping.
I think you're right. Like once you pulled it out, it would just go into first person, right?
Yeah, I don't know if maybe third or fourth gen they fixed that, but for sure, I remember second gen was like, I hate this. This sucks. Like, you might as well just do bow because you could at least see your character with bow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, quite.
I guess now is as good a time as any to transition over to armor skills.
All right.
And old world versus new world armor skills and how we feel about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Kriss? Oh, yeah? Well,
yeah.
You know what, Kriss? No, I'm going to tell my story. Okay, you told your story.
Oh, yeah. Bonnie didn't tell her story.
Oh, no. Like I said, the way I was introduced to it was German. And he told me, you ready to go fight a Super Saiyan? I was like, Super Saiyan? And he was like, yeah, we're going to go fight a Super Saiyan. And yeah, it definitely was a Super Saiyan. But yeah, I don't remember, like I said, if I beat it or not with Hitmon that time. But I mean, we probably did.
We probably freaking did. It's not. We didn't have Kriss back then. So.
It's true, I'm not Kriss.
The odds were with you.
But when I got my brother playing it German, I told him the same thing. Hey, you ready to go fight a Super Saiyan? And he's like, a Super Saiyan? I was like, yeah, we're gonna go fight a Super Saiyan. So I did the same thing to him.
I think it's funny because he's like, what do you mean? Like, is Goku really gonna be in this game?
Exactly.
Yeah.
How has no one done a model swap? And
that's true.
He's got a tail.
Yeah.
It would be perfect.
Even just as Nozaru. Huh. Interesting, yeah.
Look at that. The guy who doesn't watch Dragon Ball Z came up with this. Come on, guys, get on this. What the fuck?
Well, I mean, we don't do mods, so.
One day I'll watch it. One day I'll watch Dragon Ball Z and I'll hate it. I'm not in charge of this podcast, by the way, Kriss.
Well, I tried transition, Bonnie cut me off. All right. Now for reals.
I told my story.
Okay. Are you done?
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Well, Bonnie's going to go sharpen her hammer.
Yeah, I am. I'm going to go sharpen it and get ready to hit him with a blunt weapon.
You got to tell the monster, come here so I can kill you.
Yeah.
I don't have to do anything. I just got to tell him, he's over there. Go get him. Stop bothering me. Go bother Kriss.
Yep. You play with him for a while.
Exactly. I'm going to call Karen on you.
Yep. But yeah, so the armor skills, old world versus new world. How do you guys feel about that? What do you think? Do you think they should bring back some of the old world stuff? How do you think it should work in Wilds? Because I believe someone was saying in the last episode that they heard something about they were changing the skills or something.
Yeah, I mentioned.
You said that, or
yeah, I mentioned in the Dead episode that they during one of their presentations, I think it was at TGS or PAX or one of them, that the skills are going to change, but they didn't really give any detail. And I'm kind of hoping that it will meld, no pun intended, melder, both systems somehow. Because the joke was in our Dead episode that now that I've figured out how the fucking skills work pre-world, that they changed it on me and made it fucking easy, and I was like, dude, I just figured this out. Like, why are you changing it on me?
Yeah, we were talking about how like you would have +9 earplugs and they wouldn't work because you need +10. Every skill was activated at +10 or -10, or there was a few that were like at -5 or something like that. But point being is that they changed that on us. We pretty much said like we don't dislike being OP'd end game,
yeah.
But it definitely feels a little OP'd when super early in the game you have tabs of skills, like so early in the game, because you have so many slot decoration slots and talismans or whatever the fuck the game wants to call it, charms, and that like you'll be super early in the game and you'll already be having attack up +3, part breaker +4, just all kinds of shit, and you're like, this is cool, I like it, but why am I so OP'd so early in the game? Like I feel like it kind of takes away from a lot of at least learning monsters' moves, because you just have so many skills that you wreck these things before you really learn how to fight them correctly, if you will. Because that reminds me of like I talked about this back in the day in World when Nargigante, which by the way I do miss Nargigante. I kind of hope he comes back. There was this video I saw that I told you guys about how this guy was like breaking down how to fight Nargigante, the big wall back in the day, which wasn't even a wall, honestly. But and when he does his dive, and the guy's like, oh, like when he's doing his dive, wait for like the third frame of his wing, blah, 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 and then roll to the left. And if you don't roll to, and I was just like, or just fucking panic dive. Like panic diving saves you from like everything, with the exception of the
this guy's breaking down iframes and shit.
Yeah, it was I swear to God, he was like, he's like showing the video, and he's like, wait for like the third frame, or whatever. He's like, and then you roll again, and then you should be able to. I was like, just panic dive, bro, just fucking panic dive. And that to me at least told me that like he wasn't an old school hunter. Yeah. And it told me that like he's relying on all these new skills and all these new things instead of just what the game gives you, which is the panic dive, the stay down, you fool. Like if you just took a big hit, stay down. Like stay the fuck down, Like we talked about that in Rise. We'll try to get right back up, and then we'll get hit by a second hit, and we'll be like, stay down. The game built in these iframes for you to be able to beat the game with little to no skills, armor skills. And because Kriss has no skills and he can't beat the game. And but no, we were pretty much talking about like that, and Kriss had brought up a point. I'll bring it up. So if you want to, Kriss had mentioned something along the lines of like losing like a trade off, like trade off in skills, which kind of reminded me. It used to be kind of like that, but not quite. Like you would get like let's say Rathalos' armor would have plus attack plus earplugs, and they don't have negative to hunger or something that nobody gave a fuck about. You're like, I don't give a fuck, I'll just eat more meat then, I don't care, something that wouldn't really impact you too much. Few armors did have like you have an increase to sharpness or what do you call it, mind's eye, but your sharpness is now negative. So okay, you don't bounce, but your sharpness decreases twice as fast. Stuff like that was okay. Like, but Kriss brought up a point that I liked, which was like big trade-offs. Like you can't have part breaker and attack up or something like that, or critical eye and fucking sharpness, like stuff or part breaker, stuff like that would be pretty cool. I think it would be.
You guys mentioned was either evade distance or
evade window.
Yeah, you can't have both.
Yeah, stuff like that. I mean, to me, that would
destroy
cool.
me. I need those.
Because I mean, I think that would definitely open up the game where you would have to rely on like pick a skill that you want, or one or two that you really really want, and build your set off of that, and then have to master other ones that you don't have skills points on. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you said you liked wind distance better, right, for your lance.
Yes.
So like so you get your distance now, but now you got to master the window part of it, stuff like that. So I think, like I said, I prefer old school, just because again, like I like seeing flashy numbers. I get it, it's all cool, but when you look at these meta builds and stuff like that, and people are just doing thousands of maybe not thousands per hit, but hundreds and hundreds of damage points per hit, and then they destroy monsters like in 10 seconds, stuff like that. I'm like, that's cool, but then someone's gonna build that set, and usually it's not even that hard, to build some of these sets. And then it takes away from the game. Again, I guess to each their own. If that's your thing, if you want to beat the game in 30 minutes or whatever, 30 hours versus 1,000 hours, that's on you, I guess. But personally, I would really love to see armor skills go back to a harder to attain, and or that balance that Kriss was talking about, that trade-off. That'd be cool for me. I would really like that.
Spreadsheets.
Oh my god, spreadsheets. Oh, we mentioned last episode about they need to start also like simplifying the fucking names and instead of, you know.
Why do they have two names?
Yeah, not only two names, but then like the fact that it'll be like the enhancer skill. It enhances what? Tell me what the fuck does it do?
Right, yeah. Please describe like the thing without the word.
Yes. The definition. Oh my god. Yes. Activates the enhancer skill. What the fuck is enhancer skill?
Yeah. What is the enhancer skill?
So many of them do that. You'll look up the skill and say activates this. That's what does it do? And you go on fucking wiki. Yeah, it's so dumb. Simplify the names because we made a joke about Persona, Kriss, how Persona's got a bunch of spells or whatever you want to call them. I don't know if they're called spells, but yeah, they got I'm not making this up noise. They're fucking like Rakujakataka, you know. I'm bad at reading, but that's what it fucking look it up right now. It's literally spelled Rakutakajaka. That's literally what it says. And I'm like, what does it do? And I'll click on their info button and it says, activates Rakutakujaka at the start of the battle. What the fuck is Rakutakujaka?
Yeah.
And I gotta go on fucking line to look up that fucking, and it's like, oh, that's attack up. They just call it attack up game. Why the fuck do you do this to me?
Yeah, because it forces us back onto the wiki again. Because we all started on the wiki, right? To find out where are the mining spots? What does this mean? What does that mean? You know, fucking.
Well, weapon trees. Also, weapon trees were on wikis. You know,
like what was the best way? Yeah. Mm-hmm. What was the best way to progress your weapon?
Now you can see them. You know, pretty far. Yeah, they'll block some out because if you don't have that particular monster piece or something like that, they'll block it out. So I can't see it. But you at least get an idea of what you're building. Back in the day, man, you fucking saved your game, built your weapon. And if it sucked, you reloaded your game. You're like, nope, not taking that path. That path sucks. You know?
Yeah. Oh man, I remember when that was like a quality of life type of thing, and I think it was like 3rd or 4th gen where you could kind of see a little further. Mm-hmm. And I just remember that being like, he was like, whoa, oh, okay, I can kind of see where I'm going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'd show you like the next branch at least, you know, versus
it would show you both paths, right? It would show you. Here you're gonna make an ice weapon, and over here you're gonna make a bone weapon or some shit.
Yeah,
and before you just kind of had to like roll the dice. I was like,
you had to make it and hope it was cool, and then reload it if it wasn't a good weapon. Yeah, you know. But we had asked about like what was your one skill that you must have, your must have skill, and I don't remember what everyone answered, so that's kind of a nice thing we're re-recording. Bonnie, what is your one skill you want that you must have on your set?
Well, I mean, it's either earplugs or something to do with the Vade, depending on how I'm going to play or what weapon I'm going to use.
Yeah, I forgot that was also a factor, was depending on the situation. Like, yeah, you're right. If it's a monster that has no scream or no roar, then earplugs are useless to that monster.
Yeah.
But noise. What you said? Window?
No. I said distance just because I'm a gun lancer, so I'm slow. Especially in world we can't hop forward or anything before rise. We cannot hop forward. So being able to I have like a double hop. I think I was explaining where I can like hop back and then to the right or to the left, and that distance is bonkers. You know, like I could go 50 feet away from this fucking monster like easy. So distance for me for sure if I'm doing gun lance. And then I think I said
free meal or
mind's eye. That was the other one.
No, that was me.
Oh, okay, yeah. But no, it wasn't free meal because that was what I wanted it to be. No. Yeah, that's what I wanted it to be. But then I was just like, no, I can like live without free meal, especially if I don't have to heal Kriss. But I'm trying to remember.
That's the other thing. Like a lot of our things revolve around Kriss.
Yeah,
we need friendship,
friendship, pretty much free meal.
No. Yes, there was a pre what do you call it? A pre-loadout that was friendship for Kriss, and then there was a loadout that was no friendship, like an actual me hunting shit.
That was the best part of when you can have armor sets and stuff. And I think World
introduced that was a quality of life.
Did World allow you to save the decorations on it, or was that
you
before?
could register the sets? Yeah, you could register the sets with the decorations and gems and everything.
Yeah,
because I think you still have to put the decos back in previous gens. You could have this.
I think so.
You could have the armor set, but the decos would not go along with it.
Yeah, you would have to re-put them on. Yeah, I think so.
And then Rise let you change the decos on a quest in your camp.
Oh, did it? Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Damn.
That really, I'd bring a set and then I'm like, fuck.
I don't think you could change your armor, but I think you could change your decorations. Yeah.
Yeah, in World you couldn't change your decos.
I did not know that.
Yep, you learned something new. All right.
So you said, but distance, and what was the other one then? Noise.
No, well, we only said one.
Yeah.
But you were talking. Yeah.
Yeah.
You were speculating what the other.
Well, it was for Charge Blade when I'm doing Charge Blade, and I cannot fucking remember for the life of me.
Was it Morph or the one that fills up faster? Or
I think it was.
I think it was either filled it faster or gave it the extra vials.
Yeah, I think vials. Either that or part breaker. Or which? No, knockout. Because the axe is blunt.
Oh yeah, the impact.
So I think, yeah. So it's either knockout or the files. I can't remember which one I picked. Yeah. Listen to the Dead episode, guys, and correct me.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? Oh, because we were talking about like, wouldn't you want? Or no, I was saying I wouldn't need Mind's Eye because I can charge up the sword.
And it
won't bounce. Yeah, and same thing for Kriss because his great sword mode and switch axe has natural Mind's Eye.
Yeah, but if I was using just greatsword, I would choose Mind's Eye.
Okay.
The overhand swing.
If it was switch axe, it would be the morph or whatever it was.
The morph is a good skill for sure.
Oh yeah, people are probably yelling at me that are probably saying like, you should have artillery, and I'm like, yes, I know artillery. That's a given one for gun lance, but I'm saying like, you guys know we move like fucking slugs out there, so we need that distance.
Well, because I agree with you on that sense. Like, there's a lot of times where, like I said, for me, back in the day, I would always make sure I had a speed sharpener because I just wanted to one and done, right?
Yep.
Get back into battle. That's my thing. It's anything that gets me back into battle faster, and that's why I had originally chosen the earplugs because I'm like, I love just not being phased by it, or if it's, if I don't have the high enough, at least it reduces the amount of time you're stunned so you can get back into the fight. And then you reminded me of freaking Evade Window, and I was like, oh no, give me Evade Window. That's the one I really like because you can evade roars, you can evade just about anything, so that's the one I really like. But then Kriss brought up the whole morph. I was like, oh yeah, morph is really fucking good for Charge Blade, but I haven't used Charge Blade in forever. I'm like, but that is a fucking good skill. So many good skills in that game, but I think I will still choose my Evade Window. I really like that. I really got spoiled it on For You, I think, when I first really started fucking around with it. Because at first I was like, these what are they, like milliseconds? They don't add up. No, they do. If you are pretty wary of the monster's attacks and how long they linger and all that, my window is pretty damn good, at least in my opinion. So I like getting back into fights. That's my thing.
So I'm curious. I'm curious for you, German, because you have used Charge Blade a lot. How does morph affect, or does it affect the guard points?
I don't know if it affects guard points directly, but you do morph in and out of your modes faster, if I remember correctly.
That's why I was wondering about that, because I don't know if that affects.
I guess it would just affect your timing. Like you would have to get a little quicker with your guard point.
Probably, yeah. I've never really messed too much with the guard points, but yeah. You know what I just remembered? Speaking of, Quick Sheath.
Yes.
Oh, that's another skill. I forgot all about it. That was another one that I would gem in because it was just like sheath and run away real quick, or dive, panic dive,
That's another one that would be really good for switch axe because holy crap,
that's what I was going to say.
Takes
for us,
forever to sheath.
For us morph weapon users, switch axe, gun lance, charge blade, those ones, yeah. Like,
does heavy bow kind of count because you crack your barrel in half, right?
Oh, maybe.
You crack it in half and you put it on your back.
I would imagine that. Yeah,
long sheathing animation.
I used to think greatsword had a fairly long sheath time, which I knew wasn't the longest.
Yeah.
And then I started messing around with switch axe, and I was like, "Holy crap! This is like twice as long at least."
And if you had it in axe mode, forget about it.
Yeah.
What's the fastest? I would say is probably dual blades.
Yeah, because it's just like
long sword or sword and shield. One of those has got to be
I would
top.
imagine dual blades and sword and shield would be the fastest.
Like I can picture dual blades, and it's literally like as you're walking, you're just like chink chink, like on your back. It's like so fast.
Yeah. You know what's funny is I always think it's funny that hammer is such a big old freaking rock that you're chugging around, and you're the fucking probably the fastest, aren't you? Like your mobility with the hammer, with your hammer drawn,
mobility with hammer is pretty high considering how heavy it looks. Yeah,
no shit. I always thought that was
you can
super
walk around
fun.
Charging it, man. You sharpen it, guys.
Yeah,
you're taking a little bit every time off of it, so it's not as heavy.
It's true.
Yeah,
lighten the load.
As you sharpen it. Yeah,
that's why like every I've stopped asking for it, but I used to ask for it back in the day. I've always asked that. Like, I wish they would just tweak one little thing, where like, instead of sharpening your fucking hammer like handle, and I get it, it's iconic and it's funny and I'm cool. It's still around. I was always like, dude, why don't you like, bust out a little anvil and just bang bang, harden your hammer. You're actually instead of sharpening a hammer, which makes no goddamn sense.
Yeah, but then what would you do with hunting horn?
Tune it, throw them away.
Tune it,
tune it.
You just sit there like if it's a guitar and just get a little.
That would be awesome, dude.
Just string,
you could see the hunter like tilt his head, like looking for the right, like pitch.
That's hella cool.
It's like looking for E, high E. Ding ding ding.
Oh yeah, just set a tune. Yeah,
that would be fucking dope, dude.
Capcom, if you're listening to this, please.
We know you are.
It's a simple fix. You can still call it whetstones. Who cares? But just
change the animation.
Brings the hammer.
Yeah,
brings the hammer close to him and just bang, 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 hits it with the hammer. And I'm gonna add something that we didn't do last time. What skill that doesn't exist as far as you know? Because by all means, I mentioned earlier, we might forget. Would you like in this game? What's something you've always said, God, I wish this was a skill in the game?
Ooh.
And I have not thought about this at all. I literally just thought about this like when you told us that we lost the episode, if you will. So I was like, oh man, we had to re-record. Is there anything out there that you were like, oh man, I wish this was in the game?
It's not a skill, but what I want is rainbow armor. I want that back.
The color changing armor.
That's all I care about.
About rainbow weapons.
Oh, that's never been a thing.
You know what? I remember I saw a mod. Rainbow Poogie. I love Poogie.
I miss Poogie.
Yeah, Poogie. Yeah, I need to come back.
I saw a mod. I think it was either a mod or probably one of those Chinese exclusive games back in the day. A video online on YouTube, and there was rainbow sharpness. Oh. And I was like, "What the fuck is that?" I'm like, "Rainbow sharpness," that whole like
mind's eye or something.
I guess I don't remember.
Well, no. Mind's eye doesn't affect sharpness; it just makes it so you don't bounce. So
yeah.
I guess
I just remember seeing it on.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, and I was thinking like, dude, how do I get that? And I remember my buddy, it was the classic schoolyard rumors and all that stuff, right? Myths and legends. He was like, it's beyond purple sharpness, And I remember I was like getting sharpness up, and I was jamming for it, and I was isn't or what's above? It's a purple and then white,
highest, isn't it? Yeah,
it's purple and then white.
Is it?
Yeah, white's the highest.
No, purple.
You sure?
I'm gonna look it up right now.
I'm pretty sure it's purple. Yeah.
Oh, you're right. No, you're right.
Okay, so he was like, it's beyond purple, and I was like trying to find the weapon with the highest purple and gemming in for the most fucking sharpness up. And I was like, I can't get it, man. It's like, yeah, no, you have to mine. What do you call it? You have to gem all the way up. I'm like, I've done it. I don't have it. And yeah, so, I mean, it wasn't until way later on. I'm like, it was either a mod or one of those other games. But yeah, rainbow sharpness. What's a skill that I
know
would
how to
like
get rainbow sharpness.
You
get some motor oil, and then you rub it on the part of the screen where your sharpness is, and you'll see rainbows all day.
Yeah, that would work. Yeah, but you guys have any skills that you would want? I'm thinking too.
I honestly thought you were going to go a different direction with that noise, and I was like, well, this is our last podcast.
What do you think I was going to say?
Something LGBTQ related, but I won't go there. Anyway.
Where did you go, Chris?
Well, I'm just saying that's where I thought he was going to go.
You know what? I kind of
just cancel us on episode 3.
Yeah.
A skill that exists that doesn't exist.
You go first because you thought this up. So give us some ideas.
No, I know. I'm trying to think. Like there's
a skill that lets you download more RAM to your computer.
How about
the only thing I can think of would be like a weapon mastery skill, and I
Herman,
like
you tell me. You want me to put him in his place because he cut you off?
No. He's okay. He's okay.
Okay.
He has permission.
Hey, partner.
He wasn't saying anything. What do you mean I cut
I
him
actually
off?
was.
He was.
Oh,
He said,
okay,
"Let me think."
Okay, saying "let me think" means you're gonna think. It doesn't mean you're gonna say something.
No, I said how about, and then you were like,
Yeah.
All right, continue. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
now Sherman told me to yell at you now.
Chaos.
My
No,
apologies.
go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
No, please. I insist you go.
No, go.
No, I'm the leader of this podcast. I say you go.
Please.
Now loading.
Please. Okay. I love that. I miss that music so much. Okay, so this is how about a stinky armor, like or something along the lines that it kind of already exists with like dung bombs, if you will, or even
Lala's shit throw.
Yeah, like because there's a skill that makes it so that monster is more likely to attack you, right? I believe there's a one that makes it so monsters less likely to attack you, right? So what I was envisioning,
I'm trying to think.
What I was envisioning, because I just saw Beetlejuice, which by the way I didn't think it was that good, but
well, I was remembering it was all white people.
I was remembering I don't know, you don't know what Bob was. We don't know what Bob was, so
who's Bob?
You got to watch it.
Is that the shrunken head?
Bob was. Yeah.
What would that guy be?
He probably white, an explorer.
Oh yeah, because he's got the fucking safari clothes on.
Yeah,
that idiot ran into like a bunch of voodoo tribe and got his witch doctor got his head shrunken. Wow!
Because I was remembering that movie and the original actually, and when freaking Gina Davis picks up Beetlejuice and he spikes and
right
auto deploys on him. It's like, what if there was something like that, like if a monster pins you down, you just fucking spikes come out of you and shit, you're looking like an anti-monster,
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, you know what? Okay, I got one. I want a trap master, and now a true trap master, where you can build like one like very strong trap that can fucking even like lock down elder dragons for not forever, obviously. That's something I would want because we've talked about how the ridiculousness of Iceborne, I think it was, and World, that is like we don't know nothing about it. That's what makes him an elder dragon, and that's why you can't trap it. And we're like, well, with that reasoning, everything's a fucking elder dragon. Even the beetles on the ground are, because you don't know what the fuck they are, So I would like that, like something where like maybe not even a skill at this point. I'm kind of just going off on my own here, but I've mentioned this before. Like you got to sacrifice something high, like a freaking Lao Shan Longhorn, or something, a Rathalos ruby, pretty rare pieces to make like an elder dragon trap. I think that'd be kind of cool, So maybe a skill set where you're a true trap master and you can make your traps last twice as long, and or they can capture an elder dragon. Maybe only once or some bullshit like that, or once every 10 minutes. But yeah, sometimes I do get mad that like you can't capture them because you don't know anything about them, or you can't make a trap strong enough, but yet we're making armor out of their pieces that take their hits. So why can't I make a trap out of their pieces? So
but Dragonators and all that stuff.
yeah.
Mini
Or
Dragonator.
you kind of take that a step further, German. So, like with Rajang, you can't trap him unless he's enraged, because he'll just break the trap.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason you can do it when he's enraged, the lore is because he's so angry that he's not focused on like being smart about stuff. He's just gone into a blind rage, so he doesn't see the trap.
He's just donkey punching everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
But
so make it to where you can trap elder dragons only when they're enraged.
Okay.
You can't actually capture them.
No, exactly. No capture.
You can trap them when they're enraged.
Yeah, just for the fight, at least.
Mm-hmm.
And even if it's for like less time than a normal monster will be trapped, because they are part of the lore of elder dragons is they are highly intelligent.
Sure.
And so
rage would
where, they are enraged, and then as soon as they're trapped, oh crap, what's going on? And it snaps them out of enraged.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say, wasn't there like in World, wasn't there like some kind of natural vines you could trap certain, like even elder dragons in? Like they would get tangled up on vines or something?
It was
no?
I don't think it grabbed them, did it?
I thought it did.
Like
I don't know about elder dragons
and the
not those. The natural environment. The natural
something in natural, because I think didn't we trap like Valazak in there a bunch of times or something like that?
Well, I know Valazak you could hit with the those bones.
the stalag.
the
stalag. Which was that one? Mites or
fangs? tights? I don't know.
That's a good question.
The ones on the ceiling.
But it was technically the teeth. Of
Dalmador.
Yeah, Dalmador.
I didn't even think about that. They're not stalactites. They're fucking teeth.
Yeah.
But I do like that, Kriss. And so with Rajang, only the pitfall works on him when he's pissed, because otherwise when he's pissed mode, thunder mode, the shock trap doesn't work against him.
Yeah, when he's not enraged,
he's already thunder.
Yep.
He's already thunder.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I do like that idea of being able to take the monster out of raged mode.
Mm-hmm.
The way you were saying that, using a trap, at least on an Elder Dragon, to pull him out of enraged mode, because fuck, man, there are some that are just like, can you just stop being angry? Like,
yeah, like calm the heck down. Yeah,
I need to do things, and you're not letting me do things. The one I thought of, which actually is pretty much going to get resolved in this next game, so I don't even know if this counts. I might have to think of another one, but vacuum, where I don't know if you guys know this in like other RPGs with loot and stuff. Instead of having to go over and pick up shinies, if you just had like a vacuum ability and you would just grab all the shinies on the ground. So apparently that is already going to be fixed in Wilds.
Really?
There will be no shinies. Basically, all those broken parts will be given to you at the end of the quest.
Kriss will have to focus.
Yeah. Yep.
But if that includes tails, then Kriss, priorities is done.
I know.
That makes me sad.
Oh, hopefully not.
No, carving tails should still be there. Yeah, carving tails is not a shiny.
Yeah,
the best part.
How else are we supposed to prove that Pickle Joe doesn't need his own tail?
Yeah, because like,
oh my God.
I know German and Bonnie don't play this way, but Kriss and I play this way because I picked this up from a couple friends of mine. When the tail gets cut off, we yell out priorities and we drop what we're doing and we go and carve the tail first. And that is what we got to do. And we cannot continue with the fight until we carve that fucking tail.
No,
and then we continue with the fight.
Play that way because what was it before? That would be the way if we would see if we get a ruby or not, right, Jermaine?
Yeah, that was a good ruby
so we always did it.
We would flash the monster.
But unlike Kriss,
if we were hunting rubies. Well, but that's just it. With Kriss, we started doing it because we realized we're probably going to fail this quest, so might as well get one carve out of this.
No, but see, so the difference between what Noise is saying and what you guys are saying is you guys wait for an opportunity. Noise doesn't matter if the monster's still there or whatever.
Don't talk, Kriss. Don't tell me what I do. I know what I do.
I don't care if it's. We don't care if it's a low rank monster. We will go for that tail. We don't need the things off of his tail. We have to carve the tail.
You have to. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. No. Yeah. We used to. My old crew. I used to flash the monster, and then that would give everyone time to go carve the tail.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to think of a different skill because if they're solving that
vacuum
in Rise,
but vacuum would have been kind of cool.
Back in the day, hell yeah.
Treasure magnet or whatever. Yeah. You know.
Because I mean, one of the other reasons that I liked the way my friends would play that way, because the first time I played with them, the yield priorities when the tail came up, and I was like, "What's happening?" And they were just off carving the tail. I'm like, "What the fuck are you guys doing, man?" I'm like playing like the way pro hunters play, where they're like, "Fuck that tail, we'll get that shit later." And I was just like, "What are you guys fucking doing?" And they're like, "No, dude, carve the tail." And it makes sense, especially in World, because there's no like loading zones, and the fight takes you away for a while. And then you're like, where's the tail?
I forgot the tail.
I don't remember where the tail is. And then you're just like,
it, but sometimes it would still be.
And it blends in with the map sometimes.
So much.
And you're just running as fast as you can to try to go get that tail before the fucking timer runs out. And you're just like, nope, it's gone. And like, fuck. So yeah, priorities, everybody.
Yeah.
Here's a skill that I don't think exists outside of hunting horn buffs. Movement up.
Like your running speed?
Yeah. Just your. Because I think every time Bonnie brings hunting horn, she always gives, depending on which one she brings, we have the movement up. Is that for everybody, right, Bonnie? Movement up?
Yeah.
Or is it just for you?
Yeah, does it? No, I'm pretty sure it does it for all of you, because I'm pretty sure I get that animation.
I think so.
Or the chat bubble that says thanks or whatever.
I think you're right.
So not necessarily just running, it's all your animations speed up, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, well, just while your weapon is drawn, like when you're in the middle of the fight, just that.
So
you can move a little bit faster. Yeah, you can move a little faster with your greatsword and all that stuff. Because I think hunting horn is the only thing that grants that, as far as I know. Correct us if I'm wrong, but that's something that doesn't exist.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't think that's any armor skill or anything. So, that's a good one. Yeah,
I gotta think of another fucking skill. Damn you, Wilds, for solving my problem.
Rainbow armor. Bonnie's like rainbow armor. It takes 50 points to activate it, but Bonnie's getting it. She's getting her rainbow armor.
It makes all your skills negative.
Yeah, I don't care. I'll do whatever I gotta do. I don't care.
She'll
I
still
want
be
rainbow
better than
armor.
Kriss.
I can still kill things.
Yes, she
still
can.
be better than Kriss.
I don't know if I mentioned if this was the last episode or the previous episode, but I had mentioned how like my buddy, when I was getting into the game, he told me like if you went to red sharpness, you could break your sword permanently and it would be gone. There was no coming back from red. And so I'm looking at sharpness here on the internet, and point being is like it's not true. Your weapon doesn't break. You're fucking useless. But yeah, imagine if it did break. Imagine if your hard earned weapon, you got it to red and you were just too done to sharpen for whatever reasons. That's
actually something I've thought of. This is not necessarily skill related, so I don't know if it'll fit here, but that's actually something I thought that they should implement, since they are making, with World especially, they're making things such more like realistic, that there should be some sort of
penalty,
upkeep, or like you have to replenish your weapons in some way or something. You know, you need to
take them back to the forge and have them
they got to repair.
Repair. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. So like instead of just sharpening your sword constantly and that'll take care of it, it's if you fought this monster, after the fight you say, you get to look at your weapon. You see, okay, there's a chip here, and over time that chip can grow and eventually break the weapon. Mm-hmm. And it's an optional thing, so you don't have to pay attention to it. But if you don't, then you have a high chance of your weapon breaking or something going wrong. And if this happens in the middle of a hunt, obviously now you're in trouble. You have to go get another weapon or whatever. You
know what? So I mean, I see what you're saying. That'd be interesting. And now the fact that you bring two weapons makes me think, what if something like that does happen? If you don't maintain the weapon that you're using, you might break it or whatever. Yeah. And then you're forced to use the second weapon.
Yeah. Every once in a while, whether you take it to the smithy and depending on how much damage is done, you have to pay a certain amount for them to fix
certain
it.
Parts.
Dude, parts, exactly.
Almost like when you upgrade. So instead of a full thing, you just only need the upgrade parts to bring it back to life or something.
Yeah. Full blown upkeep. That would be interesting because we all know endgame, you start having hundreds of fucking parts that you're like, what am I ever gonna do with these Rathalos scales and wings and shit? I'm never gonna put them to use. I already made my Rathalos weapon.
Can't have anything else.
You know what, Kriss? It's the honey, okay? Keep you alive.
Yeah. But no, that would be interesting, Kriss. That would be kind of interesting. Do we know that we can bring two weapons in this new game coming out? Do we know if we can still go back to camp or to the camp you set up and trade those out, or are you the two you brought is what you're sticking with?
Well, the camps. So there's two different ways they're doing it, from what I understand. There's going to be pop-up camps where you can just, on certain areas of the maps, you can just, I want to camp here, and it'll set it up. Mm-hmm. And then there's certain like bases in maps.
So there's like the main camp in the center of the map, like our normal camps, but it's like the hub, like the way Astera was and Celiana and all that shit. But yeah, the pop-up camps that Kriss is talking about, those can also be destroyed. So my guess is those pop-up camps are going to be just as limited as
to sleep and
as the camps, our current camps are on the map. And then the central camp is going to be like our hubs, but obviously without any transition happening. So I think
I thought I had understood it slightly differently, in that there's going to be like hubs on each map, and then there's also going to be like the central area, like Astera and things like that as well. But
if it's all one continuous map, then that makes sense. But we're not sure about that yet. We don't know. That's true. If they're going to make individual maps again, but just huge open world.
Yeah, it could be speculation.
Yeah, if they do single maps again, but just like huge, then it's going to be like one main hub and then maybe smaller camps along with pop-up camps. Yeah, but I'm guessing in those smaller camps, you're not going to have access to smithy stuff.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But I do like that upkeep idea. I hate it, but I like it because, yes, again, like I hate the fact that, towards end game or even, mid game, you're like, I just have a bunch of these fucking pieces that are useless. You can't trade them. I guess you can sell them, but whatever. Even money is kind of like you have a lot of money usually by mid game. So
I think it adds that much more replayability, or like it adds to the game that much more because, oh, I finally beat this monster. I have enough parts to make the full set that I want to or whatever, and I don't need to fight it anymore. Well, now you need to continue fighting it to get those parts to upkeep that.
Definitely, like exactly like you're saying. I'm gonna bring my Rathalos sword so I can fight this monster, but my Rathalos sword's a little banged up, so I need Rathalos pieces. Shit, I'm low on Rathalos pieces. Okay, let's go fight a Rathalos real quick. It kind of Like
it's another incentive. I like it. It's another incentive, like what they did with Rise, where if you help lower rank hunters, you get some rewards. Like you get rewards for your rank.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I knew eggs.
I knew since German didn't respond right away, he was like, "What?"
Yeah, I mean,
so
I don't think I play with anyone outside of our group.
Yeah, if you help, because I was helping our friend Spy, and I got like rewards for like my G rank, and I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, I forgot that the game does this." So it gives you incentive to help lower rank hunters.
Yeah,
so that would be another reason to have you help lower rank hunters, because you're like, oh yeah, I totally need fucking Rathian shit to repair my whatever, Yeah, I feel like that would bring more I don't want to say realism, but it brings more to the hunter experience that is lacking severely in World and in Rise. Like it's just pick up and go, and we miss that whole like, oh shit, I gotta craft paintballs because whatever, or I gotta craft catalysts to bomb casings and all these other things that I haven't thought about in generations.
Go to the farm, and manually catch some bugs. Like keep that in there, keep the fast stuff in there, but let us that to kill time. I don't know it, but
let us. Sometimes I'm just standing around waiting for Kriss, and I could just be at my farm.
I can be exactly. But you know what? I think I mentioned it in the first episode, or I've mentioned off podcast. But let us do something with those items too, like some kind of bartering system. Like so, what Kriss said. Hey man, I need some Rathalos. Yeah, I need some Rathalos pieces, man. Like, because I don't want to go fight a Rathalos, but I gotta maintain my sword or whatever. Or even keep going. Like Kriss, add more to it, like armor. Like you get beat up with your armor, so what if your armor is taking damage? Now you need to put in some more scales on your armor because 3 of them broke already. That that's kind of an interesting concept, and I think that'd be kind of cool. And like I said, hey man, I got a shitload with all those pieces. Hey man, give me some. I'll trade you this for it. I mean, again, it'd be hard to check and balance it, but again, I think that's why there's rarities. A 4/4/4. A Rathalos scale is a level 4. Give me a level 4 monster part. You know what I'm saying? To keep people from like, and again, I always hate when Nintendo does that shit. Like, oh, we don't want people cheating. Dude, who gives a fuck? People are cheating on their own system. Like, let them cheat, Yeah. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like to keep someone from just being OP and having 99 of everything or whatever, fine, I guess. But like, I would really appreciate some kind of something to do other than like with my pieces and just look at them in my fucking box,
Yeah.
I like that. Damn, Kriss, you're I'm not trying to compliment you, but you're bringing up some fucking good points. This one and last episode. Damn.
Like Bonnie's 14 tabs of items that she can't collect anything anymore.
Hey, but you know how many times German's like, hey, Bonnie, you have some honey? All right, here you go. Okay.
I think like maybe a bunch of her boxes are fucking honey.
Probably,
pretty much it's pretty much honey.
But that's a good thing. But okay.
Yeah,
I a little bit about it.
I still couldn't really think of a skill that Wilds had.
Hey, we started with skills and we ended up talking about just gameplay or new stuff about it. Yeah. So
well, one thing I'll add to that, like one thing I've always wanted, this would entirely break the game, but the ability to not an armor skill or anything, but just the ability to like carve exactly what I want out of the monster. But make it a mini game.
Yes, I talked about that once too. Yeah. Okay.
Right. So like you would have like a gauge going back and forth, and it's just like, like if you
like a timing. Yep.
Yeah, and you fuck it up and you don't get a tail or you don't get a plate or you don't,
that ruby.
Or that could be another skill is like Carve Master or Carve Skill or whatever.
The desire sensor.
Yeah.
Oh man.
To where like higher levels will make it easier to get rare items or something. But on the flip side, you won't get as many of the common items.
That's not an interesting idea. But noise, I definitely talked about that once where like a little mini game, like when you're carving the tail. And if you freaking, if you get it perfect, bam, you got ruby. If you don't get it, then you get fucking,
like
spike.
Make it like the mini games you do with, like, remember you said that the not the Musketeers, what are they called? The ones you shoot off out of a cannon.
Oh,
in Gen U.
Oh yeah,
I don't know what they're called, but yeah.
That mini game, just make it that. Just make it a mini game like that, and if I fuck up, I fuck up. I didn't get the thing. At least it was my doing. It just seems stupid that my guy walks over to the fucking monster I just killed, and I'm carving him, and I don't. How do I not get I got the full monster. I should be able to get everything off of this fucking thing.
Yeah,
and
so
maybe what it is that the only way I can reason this or rationalize this is that they're saying while you're carving it, if you break it while you're carving it, it's unusable. So maybe that's what they're saying with the random drops. But let that be my skill that I broke the fucking or it got broken during the fight, which doesn't make sense because the way we're playing now is like, I broke the face, which means I can get face. Like it should be in the opposite. I can't use that now.
Yeah, I can't. I can't get I broke the back, and then you still get spikes, which are exclusively on the back. Doesn't make sense. But you know what? Like you said, why stop at the tail? Make it so that the full. I've always thought about that too. Now here's the truth: we all know that low rank Rathalos and or other monsters won't have high rank parts, right? So like, you can't get a ruby off of low rank fucking Rathalos. You need to be high rank Rathalos to get the fucking rubies out of those guys, right?
Yeah.
So that's that way you couldn't cheese it by saying I'm just going to fight this low rank Rathalos and have mini game plus skill and get a bunch of rubies. No, it doesn't work like that. It's not available on that monster, But I like that too. That's a good one. Like I said, I always like the idea of a mini game, but I was thinking about tail only. But we can carry that into the whole body. That makes so much sense because you're right. I complained about that back in the day with my guys. Was like, I have the whole monster here in front of me. How did I not get one fucking sleep sack or one fucking I got one claw. You fucking kidding me? And like you said, my buddy was like, well, we fucked them up. Remember that? I'm like, that's stupid. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
If they want, like make it like fucking Fruit Ninja or something, and I touch a screen where I'm like, Dude, just let me do it. Let me do the carving, please.
You know what? Maybe you have an option. You go classic mode and you get 3 random carves, or you go 3 or 4 random carves, whatever you want to call it, or you go pro mode or something like that, and you only get 2 or 1, and you kind of pick what you want to go for. But it's all or nothing. You either get what you wanted or you get nothing.
Ooh. Yeah, that's high risk, high reward.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Chris do that all the time. He'd get nothing.
Finally. Chris is like, I don't like any of these ideas. I always get the stuff I don't need that everyone else needs.
No, I definitely agree. There needs to be some sort of change to the carving system because it's the fact that it's just random like that, like that's not cool.
Well, remember we discussed that it was like based on your save, and they had to patch that out in Rise. Remember?
Well, that was about like certain gems and skills and stuff. But
well, I mean that affects the carve, obviously.
Okay,
I think we did all right, unless anyone's got good second round on this one.
Yeah,
for all you Patreons out there, you get to hear the one that's missing Bonnie, so it's gonna sound weird, but remind us what the hell we said on that one, because I don't.
I'll give you
a week ago, and I can't remember.
A lot of it is shut up, Chris. Shut up, Chris.
Yeah,
I don't think.
But half of it they won't hear because Bonnie's not going to be in there. So
no, but that's what he's saying. That's what they're missing out on. Is just Bonnie saying "Shut up, Chris." Cool. So we already have our monster picked out for our next episode.
Yep.
We decided
Chris picked it, right?
I think
I just volunteered. Yeah.
Right, because we're just kind of doing a round robin thing, right? Because German picked Tigrex, Bonnie picked Rajang.
Yeah.
So Chris has picked the pickle. And then what was the subject?
Oh,
I had picked the subject, and it was like traversing, underwater fighting, all that kinds of stuff. Just pretty much interactions or whatever, Okay. Like general gameplay, I guess.
I think I remember that. Yes, you did say that.
Yeah.
Like stuff we want back. Obviously, underwater, I'm all for it. Like kind of another topic of like what worked, what hasn't worked, what we would like.
People are so angry in the comments because I said I don't like underwater combat. I love it. Those comments are just like,
I know.
It's a skill thing, bro. And I'm like, dude, it's not just that. Like, I want to like underwater combat. It was too janky for me.
I think there were a lot of people that felt that way, and I think a lot of it was limitations of the system.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I think if they bring it back now, it would be a lot.
That's why I want it back, because I'm like, the shit's gotten so better now. That's why I want it back. I liked it back then with its jank. Now I want it back that it can be 10 times better.
Yeah, but then there's the people that say like each Monster Hunter has their own gimmick. You know, for Monster Hunter World and Iceborne, it was the Clutch Claw. For Rise, it was the
verticality.
The bugs or whatever, the wire bugs.
The bugs.
You know,
for you was the verticality.
Oh yeah, I guess. Well, more verticality.
Yeah,
and you know what? 4 introduced the terrains, right? Where like they would change, like the monster could destroy shit. I think that's what 4 introduced.
Destructible environments.
Destructible environments. I believe 4, because I remember the trailer. It would show like Tigrex like knocking down this this big old like cliff or whatever you want to call it. Like it's this.
Actually, I think you could do it in 3 also, because remember the dunes? There's a part of the map that's got like these 3 pillars.
Okay, I think you're right. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure those are destructible as well, but I could be wrong. I might be thinking of the newer version that's in Rise.
I don't know. They might have been there, but I think like it just changed the map a little bit more. But it was definitely like destructible areas and verticality, because you had like you were actually climbing up more, and you were doing freaking like Ketchawacha and was the spider Narcilla or whatever the other one was.
Narcilla,
yeah. So there was a lot more. Would fucking what's his name? Signature. Would Signature go in the ceiling in the originals, like Freedom 2 and all that? He would, right? In the caves,
yes.
he would stick onto the ceiling, right?
Yeah.
He would, yeah.
That wasn't new. But yeah, I get what you're saying, Chris. Every Monster Hunter has had its own gimmick, but that doesn't mean that had to stay there, in my opinion.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's what a lot of people will, like, that's their excuse for why it won't come back, is because that was for 3 and 3U and only, and that was
their
but
thing,
you know what? So.
Yeah, but with that logic, then a lot of monsters should just stay in their game and never come to new games, and that kind of sucks too, because there's a lot of great monsters that we want to fight.
It kind of did happen, because Gobule, was that his name?
Gobule or whatever.
Gobule. Whatever. Yeah, it was only in 3, right? It was only in 3rd generation.
It's the only one that I don't know why they didn't bring him in. No, he was in 3U for sure. They never brought him back, which is weird, because you can also fight him on land. So I don't know why him, out of all the Leviathans, they left behind. Like in Gen U, we got Laggy, we got Ludroth, but no Gobble, which is really weird.
I think didn't 4U give us freaking Nibblesnarf? I hate that.
I love Nibblesnarf.
3 gave us Nibblesnarf.
I love him.
But yeah, he's great.
So
I used to hate him until I realized you can make him swallow barrels and fish him out of the sand.
No, I can do all that. I don't like his design. I think it looks dumb.
Oh yeah,
that's why I love him, because he looks so goofy.
He looks like a dope.
He does. He's got those little tiny eyes and
that big ass nose, and he's just like,
I don't like him because I'm like,
when he tries to swallow, he's like,
yeah,
you know, just like
his bottom side's all rainbow like and shit. I don't know. I can't stand that guy. He pisses me off.
Oh man, I love him so much. I remember when Bonnie first taught me how to fish him out too.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my gosh, you can do that.
Yeah, when I first discovered it, you have to explode him with a barrel bomb. Like he has to swallow it, and then he gets stuck in the sand, and then you just walk up to him and then just press fucking A.
You gotta go tremors on him, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, you gotta pull a Kevin Bacon. But yeah, he's just once you figure him out, he's just fun. I used to really hate him because I couldn't figure out how to do him. And is he able also to paralyze you? Can he jump over you or no? Like a cephalodrome?
It can jump. I don't think it can.
I don't remember.
I've fought in very few of them.
I don't think it fully breaches the sand at any point unless you fish it out. Yeah. So.
Okay.
I want to say he does kind of go on land a little bit, but he doesn't jump like Cephalos or anything like that.
Yeah, like he doesn't gain air. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is he doesn't like fully jump over you. He'll just kind of jump up to the surface and mess around. But yeah, him and Duramboros, like they're so stupid, but they're so full of character. I love them.
When I saw Bombaro, I was like, are we getting Duramboros back?
Yeah.
This thing's pretty fucking big. Like, bring me Duramboros.
Yeah.
It's been borrow time.
It's Duramboros time is what it is. Let's go.
I did like Gypceros. That was another monster that I was like, oh man, I love Gypceros. He was fun because I will admit he got me when he died.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I didn't realize that the theme music, music didn't play. I'm like, yeah, go carve him. And my buddy's just standing there fucking eating popcorn. I'm like, why aren't you carving? I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Insert Michael Jackson eating popcorn meme.
Yeah. I get like a lot of people are like, yeah, that's cool, like the first time, but then after that you expect it, blah blah blah. It's like, yeah, but if you're quick enough, you also get a free charge or free free carve.
Yeah, if you're fast enough. Yeah.
I'm not gonna argue that.
Yeah, and I think you just always get rubber, isn't it? I've never gotten anything
Rubbery high. I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I don't know. Maybe that's a good question.
He has a variant, doesn't he?
We'll have to hunt him
purple
and try that out for
purple
science.
Gypceros variant
for science. Yeah, we're gonna. No, we have to hunt the pickle. Oh no, we already did hunt the pickle, but
Yeah,
we're gonna hunt the pickle again.
Yeah. Gypceros variant is purple.
Oh, okay.
And that's it. It's just purple. I think it's still poison. I don't think anything changes.
Damn, I wish we all had 3U somehow. Do you guys have 3U?
3U?
Yeah.
3
to hunt the pickle.
3U. 3 maybe. I don't know.
3U
DS?
On the 3DS and the Wii U. I have the Wii U version.
I probably do have 3.
I have 3 Ultimate right here. Actually, that's the box. I don't know if the game's in there. We'll find out in 2 seconds. Dun, 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 3U.
Gonna be like,
this is the game. I think I talked about it. This is the game where I thought I spent like very little hours on it, and no, I have fucking like 700-800 hours on it. Like, how the fuck did I lock so many hours on that one?
We probably did play it a lot, man.
I don't remember buying it. There's like a big old time gap that I'm like, what?
We were sharing the charger, remember?
Maybe.
Oh my god!
I remember sharing. Yeah. Just fucking plug it. Mom, I'm dying. Give it to me. Okay, I'm dying.
We're finally starting to see the side effects of time travel, and he's forgetting large gaps of time.
Oh, absolutely. Me and Abe played. Was it like Freedom 2 maybe, or maybe Unite, or maybe Tony did. I don't know. With one game, because the loading screen again, you could go on that mission and just trade games back and forth.
What?
You can pop open your PSP, and if the game the area is loaded, it plays off of memory or something, because the monster will fully fight you, and he will do everything he's supposed to do, even die, and then I'll just give the game to either Tony or Abraham. I don't remember who. He'd pop it in his system. He would load in that, and then when he would you go to a different zone, Abe would go into the next zone, load in, give me the game, then I would load in. That's how we did it. Yeah.
Super fun. Yo.
So me and Bonnie shared chargers. Me and Abraham and or Tony did
shared a game.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I'm curious as to how you discovered this.
Fucking around, dude.
I know. You know how I discovered? I'm gonna load this. Let's take the game out and see what happens.
That's exactly it.
That's exactly how it happened. I was holding my PSP. And I said, what happens if I open the little tab, and I popped it open, and the screen comes up where it says like, oh, exit game or something? I said, no. I can still play. Interesting. And I said, I wonder if I can put it in a different PSP and play it. And sure enough, you can. So I'm like, cool. And that's how
crazy.
I figured out the whole loading back and forth would extend that carving, that whole 1 minute to return base camp,
That's like how the dudes that invented the I forget what it's called, but to play, damn it, like backups of PS1 and PS2 games. They invented the disc basically that just tells the PS2 or the PS1 like, hey, this is a game, and then all you had to do was make sure your PlayStation didn't detect your tray opening, and then you could put your copied disc in there. Yeah,
that was
magic disc or something like that.
Exactly. Oh my god,
magic swap.
If I didn't know that, I never owned a PlayStation. Obviously, it was one. I think I've talked about that on our Metal Gear one.
Okay.
But yeah, when I looked at that on YouTube one day, and I was like, oh my god, I fucking wish I knew that.
I owned one of those magic swaps, and like I had the tool and everything. Like, yeah, and it was like the most like jerry-rigged mod, because you're not really physically modding your PlayStation. You're just telling a little thing that says disc tray is still closed. That's all. And yeah, and then you would just swap it like that. I feel like that's how people discovered that, the same way you were just like, huh,
Well,
this says I can still play the game. What the fuck?
People, me including, used to think that the security or safety, whatever you want to call it, anti-piracy was the black color on that disc.
But it's they just colored it black.
Yeah, they just colored it black and probably spread that rumor themselves. No, you could literally burn a game, and as long as you were able to do what you were talking about, like swap it out without the game ever knowing you opened it, it would play it. It would fucking play a burnt game.
Yeah, they were just black CDs. That's all they were.
That's all they were.
Fucking.
The more you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes.
But yeah, I have 3U. I know Bonnie should have it. Kriss, I don't know if he has it.
No.
Kriss doesn't have anything fun. Just like he doesn't know about the hand in the bathroom in Zelda. Doesn't know about that.
Yeah. Ah! He's looking for paper.
And the first appearance was Majora's Mask.
Yeah,
right?
See, Kriss thinks I'm lying. He doesn't know about it.
I thought you were lying. I've never played Majora's Mask.
Yeah.
I actually think the first appearance of him was in Link's Adventure.
Look, guys, he's playing Skyward and he doesn't know about it still. Okay? He doesn't know.
I've played Skyward.
It's in there. It's in there.
It's in Skyward Sword also?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't remember that.
Yep.
I beat the game like
Kriss
twice.
doesn't do anything at night. That's what it is. He doesn't know a lot about that game. And I don't know what's wrong with him.
That'll be for our Zelda
every
podcast.
time I ask you, you say, don't worry about it. That's why.
But
why did you do that? Don't worry about it. Then I don't worry about it.
All right, guys. Well, the quest has been posted. We will be hunting the Pickle Devil Joe in all his forms that he's available. I don't know if we'll be able to do it in 3U, but we could do it in, what did we say? Gen U was the only one that we could all play together.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't show up in Rise for some reason.
Yeah, he's not in Rise which is really odd because Rajang's in there.
Yeah.
And he's been in every other game since his introduction, so.
Yeah, Beetlejuice replaced him.
Yeah.
I know. I love Beetlejuice. I do. I hate that guy, but Pickle is different.
Nah, I love Beetlejuice. As much as I was afraid of him, I love him. But yeah, we'll do that. And then also gameplay mechanics that we missed and want returned or want to go away.
Yeah.
Or new stuff to come,
Right.
Wish lists, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit more wish list stuff.
Yeah. Like I said, and the new trailer released, I think, today. So if you guys want to watch that for Wilds, go ahead and watch it. I watched it just because I'm like, I might as well watch it. So again, I don't know much about the game other than what we've talked about. But yeah, hearing a Palico talk sucks. It's not fun. It sucks.
But yeah, the Pickle and then gameplay mechanics. Once again, our super long outros as we always do. Kriss did the intro. I'll do the outro. If you want to contact us, we have a phone number where you can leave a voicemail or a text message or whatever you want. That is at 209-791-0995. You could also contact us by email at info@pixel-benders.com. And you can visit our website, pixel-benders.com, where you could see our other podcasts and maybe future plans on there. But that's where we have all the stuff all together, as well as links to our Patreon, where you get some early access to episodes, as well as hearing us live. Like right now, you'd be able to hear us live.
Yeah.
Send us some messages here and there if you want. Don't distract us too much, though. But we get distracted already, as you can see. Yeah, you'll get access to all our stuff, as well as our dead episodes, as we already have another. Well, this is our first one for this podcast. We have one for our last podcast, completely dead episode, where I failed to record our fourth person. You can listen to that there and tell us that we completely have changed our minds on the skills that we wanted. You could also join our Discord. It's completely free. That is where you'll be seeing the recordings live as well. But we have a growing community. We have new Patreons. Well, one Patreon. We have a new Patreon. So shout out to him, and a new Discord member, which is the same guy. Yeah, shout out to him. I don't know if he wants me to say his name. But he is a true legend, a true soldier. He's a Metal Gear fan and gave me some suggestions. So I spent all day today spiffing up our Patreon so that it actually looks like a legit site and worthwhile, worth visiting. You can also check out our socials on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Twitter, or TikTok. Just search up Pixel Benders and you'll find all the shorts that Kriss edits himself and has me post them up. He's doing a great job. People seem to be really loving those shorts.
Nice.
And yeah, I think that is it. That's all the breath I have left for this podcast. I was one of your co-hosts, Noise, aka Luis.
Why me? I was waiting for you because you're the co-host on this one.
I am Damn It Kriss, aka the world's worst gamer.
You guys, I'm Contra.
I'm Ice. Next time.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next time. And as always, happy hunting and keep those hammers sharp. Goodbye.
Bye.